For tuning in. I am grateful. To ensure you never miss an episode, please subscribe and hit the bell icon before we begin today's case. If you enjoy mysteries and unexplained deaths, this is the station for you. The tragic tale of an elderly couple's deaths at home reads like a horror story when you give it some thought. Rest assured, though, this is not your initial impression. The deaths of well-known actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa cannot be attributed to a mere accident due to the numerous unanswered questions and peculiar occurrences surrounding their passing. Here, more than ever before, the outcome is crucial. By determining the true cause of their deaths, we can bring attention to systemic issues and work toward a future free of such tragedies. On February 26, 2025, their remains were discovered in their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Betsy Arakawa was the wife of Gene Hackman. Hackman, a well-known actor with roles in blockbuster films like The French Connection and Unforgiven, retired from Hollywood nearly 20 years ago to lead a peaceful life with Arakawa, a 65-year-old classical pianist. During a routine inspection, a repairman found the front door ajar. After failing to get a response from the door, he proceeded inside and discovered the bodies of Hackman and Arakawa, respectively, in the hallway and the bathroom. Both remains showed signs of advanced decay, indicating that they had likely been dead for at least a few days. One of their dogs was discovered dead in a room close to Arakawa, while the other two were still alive and well in different areas of the house. On the outside, there did not appear to be any indications of theft, forced entry, or obvious injuries. An elderly couple's home death appeared to be the tragic case at first sight. But the cops would soon find out that this wasn't a picnic. Some peculiar facts emerged as the investigation progressed. Near Arakawa's body, investigators discovered a plethora of prescription medications, including those for hypertension and thyroid issues, scattered across the bathroom floor. A medical emergency or overdose came to mind when I read this. Testing quickly eliminated carbon monoxide poisoning as no gas leaks or elevated levels were detected in the house. A major finding was made when medical professionals examined data from Hackman's pacemaker. Approximately 9 days prior to the body's discovery on February 17, 2025, it revealed that his heart had stopped beating. This crucial piece of information helped to clarify when they passed away, but it also raised an important question. If Hackman passed away on February 17, then when did Arakawa pass away? Things got even stranger when the repair worker called 911. The first thing he said was that he had discovered one body in the house. He later acknowledged his mistake and reported the deaths of 2 individuals during the same call. Was it merely a case of people being shocked and confused, or was there more to the story? People began to speculate about the couple's final days as word of their passing spread. Their loved ones reported not seeing or hearing from them for nearly 2 weeks prior to the discovery of their bodies. This extended period of physical separation wasn't entirely unexpected given the couple's reputation for secrecy. On the other hand, it caused individuals to question why they hadn't been checked on sooner. The body's positions might have served as indicators. It appears that Hackman may have passed out suddenly as he was found in the hallway. Arakawa may have been attempting to retrieve medicine in case of an emergency, given that she was in the bathroom with all of her medications nearby. The fact that one of the dogs had died while the others remained a mystery to the investigators. A room near Arakawa was where the dog's corpse was discovered. It seemed to have hid there. The few remaining canines were located in various rooms of the house, and all of them were severely dehydrated. Why did one of the dogs die when the others were still alive? What caused the deaths was a topic of much speculation. According to the doctors consulted by the research team, Hackman most likely suffered a major cardiac event on February 17. It was determined using information derived from his pacemaker. If this had happened, he would have blacked out in the hall. According to this theory, Arakawa most likely heard her husband fall and rushed to his side, but he remained motionless. To retrieve his medications, she may have dashed to the restroom. She might have experienced a personal medical emergency, such as a heart attack brought on by anxiety or an existing condition during her time there. The fact that various medications were discovered in close proximity to her body lend credence to this theory. She apparently tripped while searching for a quick fix for either herself or her husband. However, it does not provide a comprehensive analysis of the case. As an example, the room's mystery object, the lifeless dog, requires investigation. The dog may have been sick and was seeking refuge, according to the police. Unsettling concepts have been proposed by others. Is it possible, for instance, that the couple's deaths were caused by something the dog ate? Despite extensive testing, no naturally occurring toxins were detected in the house. The repairman's decision to dial 911 has not gone away from some. Perhaps he was so shocked by the horrific discovery that he honestly thought he was finding two bodies instead of one. However, there are others who have pondered whether his confusion goes beyond that. After conducting a thorough background check on the repair worker, investigators were unable to uncover any suspicious connections. His employment history was spotless and he had been with the company for quite some time. One of the most perplexing aspects of the story is his call. The length of time the couple was insular is another factor that has sparked much speculation. Many of their acquaintances found it strange that they hadn't spoken to anyone in nearly 2 weeks, despite their strong desire for solitude. According to friends who were interviewed for the probe, the pair typically only communicated with a select circle of close friends and family. The medical records of the couple were reviewed as the investigation progressed. A pacemaker had been implanted in Hackman's heart a few years ago when he was 95 years old. His history of heart issues was well documented. Although she was much younger than him, Arakawa was 65 years old and was ill with high blood pressure and thyroid issues. Some questions were answered by the autopsy results, but new ones were also raised. According to the data recorded by his pacemaker, Hackman died of cardiac arrest. Arakawa, however, was the subject of less transparent investigation. Although the medical examiner found cardiac symptoms, they were unable to determine whether she had died of natural causes or as a result of the emotional toll of attempting to aid her husband. The study also hinted at a potential decline. According to the results of the examination, the dog died of dehydration. This indicates that it had been confined to the room for days without access to water. There was shock and dismay in Santa Fe and the entertainment industry when Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa passed away. Despite leaving in 2004, Hackman remained a beloved and respected figure in Hollywood thanks to his extensive acting career and tireless work ethic. For his Oscar-winning performances in films like The French Connection and Unforgiven, he will be eternally remembered. Arakawa was a talented classical pianist who was underappreciated by the general population. They tied the knot in 1991 after dating since the 80s. For over 4 decades, they were together. Santa Fe was their chosen refuge because of its relative isolation. According to many, theirs was the longest-running friendship in Hollywood. Despite being 30 years apart in age, their friends said they were extremely loyal to one another. It is more plausible that Arakawa died attempting to save her husband because she loved him so much. Their deaths continue to be a mystery despite the numerous investigations into the matter. The possibility of a fatal accident occurring at a later date is one popular theory. Hackman may have injured himself in his fall on February 17, according to this theory. For days, Arakawa may have struggled to care for him due to exhaustion or her own medical emergency. Due to their remote location, she might not have had the means to assist him or summon assistance. This theory would explain why Hackman's body was discovered so far apart from hers, even though they were both discovered several days after she passed away. It would also clarify how a single dog became trapped in a room. It could have gotten in during the emergency and was accidentally shut in. Still, Arakawa still wouldn't have contacted for assistance in a crisis if this theory had been in play. The inquiry confirmed that the home's phone lines were operational and that both mobile phones had sufficient battery life. One of the most perplexing aspects of the story is Arakawa's decision not to seek assistance. She may have been disoriented due to a fall or extreme stress, according to some. Some have proposed more unsettling theories, such as the possibility of an intruder. This is highly unlikely given the absence of any indications of violent intrusion or altercation. On the other hand, investigators have been cautious not to completely dismiss any possibilities. Investigations into the murders of Betsy Arakawa and Gene Hackman continue. A lot of people believe that a terrible series of natural disasters killed them, but other people are still certain that there are too many mysteries to accept that explanation. There appears to be an issue with this case. They lived in a secluded area, didn't communicate with one another, the 911 call was muddled, one dog died while the others lived, and the dogs passed away at different times. Their demises remain a mystery at this time. They were neither accidental nor suspicious enough to be deemed murders. That this case falls under this category demonstrates how out of the ordinary it is. What is known is that the two individuals, who had been in a relationship for over 40 years, likely endured their final moments of suffering while being separated by time, but bound together by their friendship and love. Whatever transpired, the rapid demise of Hackman, which left Arakawa to face the enemy alone, or some other more sinister event, the end result was the loss of two outstanding individuals. If you've made it this far, it's obvious that you enjoy strange stories. Keep this channel visible. If you know someone who enjoys mysteries, you should definitely send them this movie. And if you're also seeking the truth, you should definitely join our expanding community. In addition, if you click the bell, we will notify you immediately whenever we publish new reports. Post your theories regarding the whereabouts of Betsy Arakawa and Gene Hackman in the comments section. People just like you are responsible for making some of the most fascinating discoveries. Keep your senses sharp, maintain your interest, and hold on to the fact that reality can be stranger than fiction. Until we meet again.